Alright, next video on how to find stuff. And so I think we've all used the scanner tab before. I think we have. Let's see here. So I've got all these personal scanners set up. I've gone over some of them before. There's all these public scanners available. There's the top 10, top 10 gainers, losers of each market. So let's go over here to Market Watch tab. This tool is so valuable. So you can load your pre-made scanners, or you can load up public scanners, things that have already been made for you. Right now, I mean, it's not for sure, things are always changing, but the Russell Midcap had some really good stocks in it today, on this Friday, when the S&P 500, the QQQ, things like that were down. I think one of the only stocks that was actually up in the S&P 500 was Disney, or at least up in a kind of really noticeable amount. Let's see here. So this one has popped up for me a few times today. It's under 20 bucks, and it was up 8.4% today. So all this stuff through here is custom built stuff. It's not loading very well, because once you get over 100 stocks on this Market Watch with custom scanners or custom indicators, it lags a lot. I don't know if it has to do with the internet or my computer, but I am on like a $250, $300 laptop, HP laptop. I don't need anything fancy for what I do. So let's go over here to the NASDAQ 100. It should load everything pretty quick. See, there you go. It loaded everything relatively quick here. Basically, all this junk through here tells me is that things are in a trend, in a momentum trend. Interesting. Okay, so basically what this one tells me is that it is broke out of a 2-week high. This one tells me it's broke out of about a 3-week, give or take 3 weeks in the market high. This just tells me that there's a close above the high of the low day for yesterday. So let's look at these guys in on the charts. So this is the benefit of learning your platform, learning Thinkorswim, because once you get the Market Watch set up and you can set these indicators up, then you can just click on these symbols. They'll pop up over here, and I mean, that's a really nice momentum trend right now. That's a really nice one too. I'm actually on a 3-month chart right now. I'll click it out to the 1 year. So I'm actually going to zoom out. It is at a 52-week high. It's got momentum. And something you got to remember is, just because something is at a 52-week high does not mean it has to pull back. Just because something's trading really high does not mean that it has to come back at all. Um, you think about things like Amazon. If if people kept saying that Amazon was going to come down and going to come down and going to come down and kept shorting it, even though the value was there and it was justified that it was going higher and higher and higher and higher because Amazon kept bringing more and more and more value, it wouldn't have made it into the 3,000s a share. So just flipping through here, look, this one made a new high, 52-week high. EA, I actually just bought this one today because I'm actually really late to the party, so this is kind of a speculative trade. But these channels that I have here, so you've got that 10-day high, so this was the high in the past 10 days. And then the 20. And then this one up here is the 55. So basically for most of the quarter, the stock has been uptrending, and that's a good sign. So let's take a look at one that is meeting some of the criteria, but it hasn't met all of the criteria. So this one has touched the 10-day high and it rejected it. Now it's going to have to test it again and the 20 all at the same time to determine whether or not it's going to be in a bullish momentum. Something else that you got to pay attention to is the volume. So that line right through here is your average volume. If the volume bars are green and they're above the average volume and the price action is green and it's in a bullish momentum, it's probably going to continue. Let's take a look at this one. Ooh, that one's expensive, but you see that it's in an overall uptrend for the year. It hit the 10-day, it hit the 10-day, it hit the 20-day high, it hit the 55-day high, and just kept going. Volume was green for most of this and around average, so you wouldn't expect it to just suddenly drop unless that was bad news. Let's see. So that was kind of bad news. I mean, they were expected to make too many decimal places. It's actually good news, and there was some profit taking. Okay. Let's take a look at kind of a bearish example. So it came up and had all the makings of a good play. You know, that was some pretty decent percentage that could have been made there. Let's just take a look. So if we take our trend line, let's just say we bought at the absolute high. Oops. And rode it to rode it here when we sold it on a red day, big red day. Oh God, I can't even see the hold up. Wait a minute. Not perfect. Could have been upwards of 3% or as low as a 1% gain over the course of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 days, give or take. Or you could have sold even sooner at this bullish engulfing candle, bearish engulfing candle, and sold out for 6% all the way down to about 3%. Or you could have just held it. And see what it did. So let's go to the public again. Let's go to the S&P 100, the top 100 companies in the S&P 500. Give it some time to load. HON is actually one that I currently own. I've actually been holding on to it for a little while. I think I'm up, I want to say like 15 to 20% on it. Whew, my internet is laggy or something. So it's not a big uptrend by any means, but it is uptrending. And you can see that the pattern for it is up, dip, up, dip, up, dip. I mean, it's not traveling in a perfectly linear fashion by any means. And I can't even tell you where I bought it. Let's just say that I bought it here and took a little bit of a loss for a little while, and I'm still holding on to it. That would have been 27, 28% approximately. But if you're not looking to do this much work, and you really, truly, truly, I mean, absolutely, truly want to say, to build a foundation. Let's say you're building a foundation, but you're wanting to trade too, or you're building a foundation for like a retirement account. I want you to go to the 5-year chart, and I want you to look at the overall trend of the 5-year chart, not the chop. If it helps, go to yahoo.com and look at the 5-year line graph. All you want to know is the overall trend up. And if it is up, you want it to be up a lot. So using Amazon here, I'm going to get out my trend line tool. I'm not going to make this perfect by any means, but it's not even doing the math for me here. Why is this thing not doing the math for me? It just said that it's up so much it doesn't matter anymore. Okay, so it's saying up here on the top of the graph, it says Amazon 5-year monthly chart, NASDAQ, and then in the blue numbers and letters, it says the change percent is 425%. The percent per year is 86%. That's what you want to look at. You want to look at the overall change, and then you want to divvy out the math and take a look at it and say how much percentage is it making every year. So if you were only investing in Amazon for the last 5 years, you would be up about 425%, give or take. And that's my kindergarten way of doing it. Like, if you don't want to do stock analysis, if you don't want to trade, if you don't want to search for stocks, and you literally just want to build a strong long-term retirement portfolio, pull up names that you're familiar with, maybe go through the peer-reviewed analysts that I was talking about, pull up the 5-year chart, look at that 5-year chart, see if that chart is on a good, powerful uptrend overall, and go for it. Another way to mix that up just a little bit is to buy some bonds, buy some gold to mix in with it as a little bit of added protection. You can buy some dividend generating stocks. My absolute personal favorite is SPHD because it pays about 15 to 16 cents per share that you own every single month. And you can do the drip effect. SPHD is also made out of the top 80 dividend paying companies or highest yielding dividend paying companies. So it follows the S&P 500, not perfectly, but it does follow it. If the S&P 500 is up, SPHD is going to trend up, generally speaking.